Hello, Sacred Souls. It's Susanna from Alamatic Shaman. What I have here for us tonight is healing from feeling angry at ourselves for various different things that we didn't do the way that we wanted to do them, or for allowing people to treat us a certain way, and for a whole bunch of things. For just being self-critical, maybe for not setting good boundaries, for making poor judgment calls in whatever situation, and so on. Now, before we get more into that, I wanted to share a few things with you. One is more sort of a follow-up on yesterday. So after yesterday's ceremony, today, when I started my car, and I started it a bunch of times, locked and unlocked it, it suddenly worked again properly. And basically for the past 6-8 months or so, I could lock and unlock it with my key, with a clicker thing on the key. But when I turned it on, the lights didn't come on anymore. And when I turned it off, the sound wasn't there anymore. And today, it all came back. So the sound was back when I turned it off, the blip. And when I turned the car on, the lights flashed again in the front and back on both sides. So that's something that I've mentioned before, that sometimes when energies get cleared that have been interfering with us and our lives, when we had like interference energies, then sometimes stuff doesn't work. But once those energies are cleared, it works again. Now, I've never had it happen after such a long time. Usually after a week or maybe a few weeks, suddenly stuff starts working normally again. And I hadn't fully made the association to my extremely narcissistic and abusive brother. But around that time, now I can sort of backtrace it. I had a dream that karma is finally catching up to him and he is really suffering. And I remember waking up thinking, good, finally. And, it's not that I wished evil on him at all. It's just that he has done evil to everyone around him, right? And I felt it was time that he received divine justice. So when I had that dream, I thought, okay, it's taken care of. The spirit world is dealing with it and everything. And I felt that I was protected and I didn't really feel anything else. So I didn't really make the connection until now that it's working again. And I know it has to do with last night's ceremony. So taking our power back by standing up to those incredibly aggressive and invasive hostile energies that were, I called them steamrolling, right? But, or plowing over us, plowing us down. Today I was thinking a better word would have probably been bulldozing. But either way, I'm sure you got the picture yesterday. So that was the follow-up to yesterday. And I did have two brief situations today. One was where I was a little over vigilant, and it turned out in the end that the person was actually, he was in the right and I was actually in the wrong, but when it started, I thought it was the reverse. So that's the overvigilant thing. And when I realized it, I did say sorry. So that's part of healing too, right? That we own up to the parts where we kind of messed up. So that's the one thing where I guess we still need to fine tune and also calm down from standing up when maybe it wasn't quite necessary. But that's the whole aspect of fine tuning. I did actually watch a video today that talked about how embracing the dark side that wasn't allowed. So in a lot of cases, it was like showing anger or something like that, right? But it was basically our protective side that often got suppressed, especially if we had to perform a certain role to receive the conditional love, right? So when we embrace the side that was suppressed, sometimes we can go overboard, and that's only until we've learned to moderate it and we've learned to do it in the best possible way and in the least destructive way, but by standing strong and by being in our power, right? So so that was kind of some good feedback today in that sense. Then there was something else where I kind of knew that I should have refused one part of the work. And it's like we always have the choice of declining or accepting. And I accepted, and then I realized I'm like, oh no, I shouldn't have. Because it was like basically I had to get 6 of those huge water jugs and deliver them. And first of all, the previous time there was an issue with the payment because there's deposit on top of it. And then I had to call the support team, and everything got delayed. And then a lot of times customers who order a bunch of stuff like that would then come to the car and at least help me carry some of them. But this customer didn't. And like it took me so much longer than, another delivery would have that would have paid the same or more. So I ended up being quite mad at myself for not dropping it. And that was a really good reminder too. First of all, to not be so hard on myself, or like if I generalize for us, that we learn not to be so hard on ourselves, because that is the self-criticism and the perfectionism that we're in the process of healing from, right? So it's like, okay, it happened. I decided not to drop it, so I just had to go with it. And oh well, next time I'll remember, hopefully, and try to do it better, right? So those are the kind of fine-tuning things that are currently in process and not quite there yet. But that was part of the healing for today, of like being angry at ourselves, right? And I had it written down days ago, letting go of anger, and resentment towards ourselves and circumstances, whatever circumstances we were in, and our abusers. So that was a little bit expanded, but it was the same idea that came back again, right? So that's what we're going to do today. Then earlier, as I was watching something on YouTube, actually, my computer suddenly shrunk everything, and it was basically, I think so basically, my computer sometimes just does weird stuff. So sometimes Google Chrome closes and then I have to open it again. So when that happened, some other windows popped up, and what happened was that, how, let's say if this is the outside of the laptop or the computer screen, and everything inside of that plastic is like the picture with the icons and stuff. And suddenly all of that shrunk and there was a black border all around it. And the whole screen that was visible was smaller, but in bigger font. So it was easier to read. It was like up close. So, and then right after that, when I opened up the internet again and then YouTube, one of the first words that came up was bond. So it's like that bond that is still not quite letting us see the big picture because we still have darkness around. But we are seeing things up close. Like we're zooming in and we're seeing things up closer. We're seeing them very clearly, even though we're not completely seeing the whole picture, right? So, or at least that was the message for me, but I'm gonna use that for the Ascending Collective, right? So as we are in the healing process, that completely makes sense. If we had a lot of abuse happen, then that darkness is still kind of around us, and it's sometimes hard to see the full picture completely because we can't always fully step back, but we are closing in on it and we are seeing it more up close, right? So yeah, and it has to do with having been bonded to thank you, spirits. We're bonded to those energies. Okay, which means we need to cut them again. Okay, let's add this in. Okay, let's see if we can do the portal closing again too, just in case. All right. See, sometimes it's good to talk for a while. Okay, but that's it. So let's smudge and get started. Oops, sorry. Oops, I just hit the tripod. Give me 1 second. Just wanted to adjust that a little bit again. Oops. Yeah, okay, that's good. Please, oh, and I actually found this the other day too, and felt that the spiral was again representative of our connection to the divine. And funny enough, I think this is like a water bowl for dogs or something. It says outward hound. So, I don't know. Please cleanse, clear, and renew all of our energies. And transmute anything dark, evil, low vibrational, and unhealed, and transmute it into pure divine love light energy. And return it to the universe for reintegration. Thank you, Dankeschön, all my relations. All right, and help us fully and completely reconnect to our own inner divinity by recognizing, acknowledging, and embracing ourselves, finding our self-worth again, and through that, our own divinity, and through that, all the divinity that's all around us everywhere, and through that, help us be in oneness again. Thank you, Dankeschön, all my relations. Thank you. Oh, and one more thing I wanted to say too, sorry, just for completion's sake. So after last night's ceremony too, I went back into normal energies, like on a normal level, rather than extreme lack energies that I've been in for the last little while. And those are also connected to those shark energies of just plowing in and taking what they want and feel they're entitled to, right? So yeah, so a lot of it was cleared yesterday, but there's definitely a lot more. Like I wasn't in complete abundance energies. I have been in those before, never too long, but I can definitely compare it and I can see it right away. But yeah, now it's sort of back into normal energies at least, right? So step by step, it's improving, getting better, and stuff gets cleared out and released. So let's call in our spirit team, our divine team. Dear divine higher power of the universe, our higher selves, our higher spirit guides of the light, our ancestors that are in the light, dear Mother Earth, powers of all four directions, powers of the east, powers of the south, powers of the west, powers of the north, powers of all four elements, air, earth, fire, and water, and all other benevolent powers, forces, spirits, and beings of the universe that are of the light, please join the ceremony and assist the healings, prayers, banishings, and protection with all of your powers. Thank you. Please close the circle of protection around us. Thank you. First of all, I want to give thanks to our divine team for the help, especially in yesterday's ceremony, to help clear the worst of those energies away. I know more needs to be done, but this was already a big step. I feel like at least we're more in a normal energetic state again. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And again, thank you for all the blessings. In my case, that was just having a pretty smooth, pretty positive day all around with like 2 minor setbacks or exceptions, but like really overall, all in all, I had a really great day and people were really positive. So it was really enjoyable. The weather was really nice. And yeah, I felt good after the initial, maybe first half hour or so when there was still more of that darkness hanging over me. And then that was cleared away and then I had a really great day. So I hope it was similar for many of you. And now is a good time for you to quickly think of any blessings, any good, positive, great things that happened today that you can give thanks for. And if it takes a bit longer, please pause the video because I'm moving right on now. So let us move into further healing and banishing. I ask that we receive lots of help, healing assistance, and anything else we need to banish and heal from any and all anger, hate, and resentment towards ourselves, as well as our abusers, as well as the situations that we were in that maybe we felt stuck in, or it took us a while to get out of, and then maybe blaming ourselves for not getting out of those situations sooner, even though deep down inside we knew better, and anything similar to that. Help us fully and completely free ourselves from those toxic energies, pull them out of us, and banish them, send them into the light, to be burnt away and transmuted into pure divine essence again, and to be returned to the universe for reintegration. And help us very strongly rediscover our own inner divinity through the symbol of the spiral here, as well as reaching outward, seeing divinity all around us, seeing the divine in everything and everyone around us. How there is perfection in imperfection. Everyone and everything is exactly as it should be, and there is no need to try to be perfect because we're not machines. So it's not about factory production. We are all meant to be uniquely different. And wow, I'm feeling some pain coming up there. That pressure of being picture perfect, factory production type perfect, just like cookie cutter perfect. Allowing ourselves to be imperfect. We are divine, and we are not only acceptable, but perfect the way we are because we exist. Because this is how the Creator, the Divine, created us. This is exactly how we're supposed to be. There's nothing that needs to be changed about us. We are exactly as we should be. All we have to do is let go and float away our self-doubts, our feelings of not being good enough, all of our doubts and any feelings of inadequacy. Let it all be cut. Let any and all bonds that we have to those toxic energies now be cut and removed from us. Let any karmic connections that we've still had to those energies, also what was passed down to us genetically, let all of those connections be cut, severed, finished, and removed throughout all of time and space, throughout all lifetimes, timelines, parallel and alternate realms, realities, multi and universes, and any and all other aspects that affect us in this lifetime and moving forward. Let all of our lineages be cleansed, cleared, and healed from this, and let any and all portals and gateways be opened and removed, and any soul contracts and vows be cut up, declared null and void, and destroyed and removed as well. And any and all other soul bindings, bonds, shackles, chains, leashes, and any and all other karmic connections that we've had to those energies, we thank them and bless them with love for the lessons they have taught us, and release them from our lives now and forever, freeing all of us for all eternity. And so it is. Thank you. Dankeschön, all my relations. All right. Let this ceremony now be finished. Please accept our love, thanks, gratitude, and blessings. Please open the circle of protection around us, but keep us strongly safe, shielded, and protected. And so it is. Thank you. Dankeschön, all my relations, all our relations. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for watching, for being a part of this ceremony, and for being on your own healing and ascension journey, as well as joining mine through these videos. I truly appreciate it, and if these resonated with you, please do like, share, and subscribe. And I'm also sending you tons of love, light, and blessings. Be well until next time, and I wish you great abundance. May the truth always be with you. Bye.